So Joe Biden isn't the nice old grandpa that the media portrays him to be. According to a recent post by Axios, he actually has a quick trigger temper where many aides actually avoid being in the room with him alone because of it. Then the whistleblower that has evidence that the Biden family is doing dirty business with the Chinese is now being indicted by the DOJ. Then lastly, the state of California actually shot down a bill that would make it a serious felony to human traffic minors, and it is absolutely bizarre on why. I'm Solo, this is the Solo Show. So in a recent article posted by Axios, it says, in public, President Biden likes to whisper to make a point. In private, he's prone to yelling. Behind closed doors, Biden has a quick trigger temper that some aides try to avoid meeting alone with him. Some take a colleague almost as a shield against a solo blast. The president phrases that he's prone to be saying is, God damn it, how the F don't you know this? Don't effing bull me and get the F out of here. According to the current and former Biden aides who have witnessed and been on the receiving end of such outbursts. And you might ask, why does this matter? These private eruptions point a more complicated picture of Biden as a manager and president than his carefully cultivated image as a kindly uncle who loves aviator sunglasses and ice cream. And this is obviously true. But you've seen this forever, right? Since he's been a senator, when he was a VP, you've seen him have outbursts against people who disagree with him. He always does this. I think one of the lines he constantly says is, is lying dog face pony soldier. What does that even mean? It shows that the media wanted to rebrand him during his presidency, and it's just not working. He's trying to deceive the public and thinking, hey, I'm just a nice old guy that wants to help out everybody. But no, his policies, his political beliefs are just very disgusting and very deceiving to the public. And he is truly an evil man, honestly. And now some people might argue and be like, okay, what about Trump? The thing is, Trump doesn't hide it. Trump will call anybody out whenever, would not hide the fact that he does that. And that's what makes a difference. Biden is putting on a deceiving face to hide his actual personality. If anything, Donald Trump would want you to know that about him. So, staying on the Biden deceiving news, the whistleblower that says he has evidence of the Biden family dealing with the Chinese businesses. He is a fugitive who has claimed to have provided the FBI with information on the Biden family. Businesses dealing in China is facing decades behind bars, arms trafficking, and other charges involving Iran. Gal Luft, a 57-year-old U.S. or Israeli citizen, is charged with acting as an unregistered agent of China and seeking to broker the sale of Iranian oil in violation of sanctions, federal prosecutors in Manhattan said on Monday. The indictment handed down by a grand jury in 2022 and unsealed Monday also accuses Luft of recruiting and paying a former high-ranking U.S. government official on behalf of principals based in China in 2016 without registering as a foreign agent as required by law. So just because he is being charged and indicted does not mean Hunter and the Biden family are off the hook. So, according to the New York Post, an Aviv turned Prez's son's joining the payroll of the Chinese firm with such characters as this isn't a national security risk, we don't know what is. Hunter also banked for far more cash. Luft thinks he's getting $350,000 a year from CEFC, nonprofit arm. And so the guy Luft basically says, so what is he doing for these millions of dollars? It is clear to anyone with eyes that he is selling his father's influence. Believing otherwise requires believing that a crack addict Nero Duwau suddenly had the business acumen and experience to will and deal in the global energy industry. As for the idea that the charges against Luft means he's lying, no, even a conviction wouldn't necessarily mean that. Any more than his testimony from a small fish coke dealer against a big fish coke dealer importer should be dismissed out of hand. Indeed, Justice sent 6 officials to interview him in Brussels. In 2019, Luft claimed that was when he made his claims against Hunter. At least one of his allegations said that Joe Biden was present at the meeting with CEFC Biggs in D.C. right after leaving office, has apparently been independently confirmed, which means Rep. Representative Jim Connor, Jim Jordan, and others are beyond right to press hand on the issue. So obviously, if you don't, I'm pretty sure you guys know Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son, is a heroin addict. He knocks up strippers. I mean, this guy's completely off the hook. Not the most successful or bright man in the Biden family. He's definitely scraping the bottom with him. And basically, he's getting all this money from Ukraine, from China, and it's like, what is he doing for this? And it's obviously going to be his the Biden last name. You know, this guy hasn't done a thing in his life, and he's just getting a bunch of this money. So even though that the whistleblower is going to be indicted, doesn't mean that the Biden family is now off the hook and he's lying. So a lot of people on the left were celebrating that. And if you don't know what Gal Luft claims, the missing witness, according to the New York Post, the missing witness from the Biden corruption investigation, Israeli professor Dr. Gal Luft, has laid out his bribery allegations against the president's family in an extraordinary video filmed in an undisclosed location while he's on the run. In the 14th minute video, he goes on claiming that he said he was arrested in Cyprus to stop him from testifying to the House of Oversight Committee that the Biden family received payments from individuals with alleged ties to Chinese military intelligence, and that they had an FBI mole who shared classified information with their benefactors from the China-controlled energy company CEFC. The self-proclaimed fall guy says he's provided the incriminating evidence to 6 officials from the FBI and the Department of Justice in a secret meeting in Brussels in 2019, but alleges that it was cover-up. I, who volunteered to inform the U.S. government about potential security breach and about compromising information about a man vying to be the next president, am now being hunted by the very same people who I informed and may have to live on the run for the rest of my life on the run. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I have no political motive or agenda. I did, out of the deep concerns that if the Bidens were to come to power, the country would be facing the same traumatic Russia collusion scandal, only this time with China. Sadly, because the DOJ's cover-up, this is exactly what happened. I warned the government about the potential risk to the integrity of the 2020 elections. Ask yourself, who is the real criminal in this story? The House Oversight Chairman, Republican James Comer, who was preparing to interview Luft before Luft disappeared, says Israeli remains a potential witness in the Biden family probe despite his fugitive status. It remains to be seen whether Luft is the man who will bring down the Bidens, but he is not going quietly into the sunset. He's determined to tell the American public his version of the truth, calling himself Patient Zero, the Biden family investigation. And I mean, this is completely true. Like, essentially, people are celebrating that he hasn't showed up, that he is a missing witness, that this is all a reach to try to get dirt on the Biden family when just nothing's happened. But this is obviously false. The DOJ is going after him, the same DOJ that's going after Donald Trump, and it shows how illegitimate the DOJ is and the FBI and these government agencies, because they became political. I think what should happen is he gets some type of immunity to come forward and testify, and then after that, I guess we just go from there. So that is pretty big news, and a ton of the left are celebrating that he's being indicted and that he's on the run, and that this just proves that it's false. But no, that is not the case at all. In other news, today in California, the state assembly denied a bill that would classify human trafficking as a serious felony. It fell in the safety committee. Serious felony charges under California law currently include murder, rape, and any other crime which may occur in the death penalty or life sentence in state prison. So, now you would think any common sense person would hear human trafficking of a minor and think, okay, yeah, we could put that up there with murder and rape. Clear as day. You'd think that people would want to do that. But no, the state assembly, of course, of California does not have that common sense and is just denied it. And the weird thing about it is they didn't even take accountability in denying or in failing the bill. I believe they zero voted, which basically they didn't vote yes or no because they didn't want to say yes, we voted against making or human trafficking of a minor a serious crime. So they zeroed it. So they didn't even have the, I don't even know what the word would be for it, but they didn't want to even take account of their own decisions. And from what I'm told, the reason why they voted no was that it would disproportionately incarcerate minority men, which makes absolutely no sense. This is California for you guys. Criminals who commit crimes must serve their sentence. It doesn't matter if it's a crime. They should they should serve their time and be punished for these heinous crimes. Honestly, it's probably, I would say it's worse than murder and rape. Is human trafficking minors is probably the worst of the worst. They are children. They are voiceless. They are helpless. They are the most vulnerable people in our society, and it is absolutely insane. And this is the same state that's gonna, I believe it's Bill AB 957, which is going to take away your children if you don't affirm their gender reassignment. Same state wants to protect the children, want to help children by doing a bunch of weird cutting off minor genitalia, but not making human trafficking of a minor a serious felony. It is absolutely mind blowing. And this is why getting out to vote is super important in 2024. The Republicans are going to have to show up for California to save it. That's all I have for today, guys. So thank you so much for watching. And just go ahead and leave a like, comment, and share. And we'll go ahead and see you guys tomorrow.